Good morning, dear students. Welcome in online classes. Dear students, today I would like to start your last topic, the judiciary. Before that, in civics portion, the central government, the legislature and the executive already done the last lecture, and the last chapter of the civics, the United Nations organization, is also completed and done. So this is the chapter number 16, the judiciary. Now today the topic is what is the function and what is the powers of the judiciary. First of all, I would like to introduce about that. This is the third organ of the government. This is the third organs of the government. As you know, there are three organs of the government. First, legislature, lawmaking body. Second, executive, to execute the law. And finally, the judiciary. The judiciary is also known as the independent body. Means the judiciary is the independent body. This is also an important topic, how judiciary is known as the independent body. We discussed in the last part of this chapter. So let us see in this chapter the judiciary. Here given that the judiciary is the third branch of the government. Okay, it is the third branch of the government. As you know, there are two other branches of the government: legislature, lawmaking body; executive, execute the law, to administrate the law. Those are done by the executive. And this is the third organ of the government, judiciary. Its main function are to interpret the and explain the law made by the legislature, to punish those who violate the law and protect the right of the citizen. The main work, what is the need? If the question is asked, what is the need of independent body known as the judiciary? This is a very important question, because the judiciary is the body which interpret the law. X means explain the law, those are made by the legislature, and also to punish those who violate the law and to protect the right of the citizen. As example, fundamental right. If any persons are violate the right, then the judiciary, in case of violation of the right, the judiciary protect the fundamental rights of every citizen. Okay, so it is very important organs of the government, because without judiciary, the law those are made by the legislature cannot be explained, and it also punished those who violate the law. जो लॉ को तोड़ते हैं उनको ये पनिश भी करती है, टू प्रोटेक्ट द राइट ऑफ द सिटीजन, और ये लोगों की फंडामेंटल राइट्स को प्रोटेक्ट भी करती है. आई होप दैट यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गन्स ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. ओके, नाउ इन सेकेंड पैराग्राफ, द जुडिशरी इन इंडिया कंसिस्ट ऑफ 3 levels. हाउ मेनी लेवल्स ऑफ जुडिशरी इन इंडिया? 3 लेवल. भारत में जुडिशरी 3 तरह की है, 3 लेवल है इनका. पहला देखें, एट द टॉप ऑफ द जुडिशरी इज द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज आल्सो नोन एज द अपेक्स कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया. भारत की सर्वोच्च न्यायालय है. देन कम द हाई कोर्ट्स, द सेकेंड लेवल हाई कोर्ट्स, एंड द लास्ट लेवल also known as the third level of the judiciary, known as the subordinate court. So how many types of the court in India? There are 3 important types of the court: Supreme Court, High Court, and finally last level, the subordinate court. We also discuss what is the work of the subordinate court and what is the work of the High Court in next lecture. But in this chapter, in this lecture, we only discuss about that Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court is the highest court of द इंडियन जुडिशरी. भारत की सर्वोच्च न्यायालय, भारत की जुडिशरी बॉडी की सबसे मुख्य और सबसे बड़ी न्यायालय है. इसके बाद कोई इससे बड़ी न्यायालय भारत में नहीं होती है. एज यू सी द इमेज ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट हियर गिवन, द सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया. It is the third branch of the central government. It is located in Delhi. Where it is located? Delhi. Okay, the responsibility for the interpretation of the constitution means interpretation मतलब व्याख्या करना किसका? constitution का. In case of any doubts, in case of any problems in between the state government or the central government, the constitution, interpretation by the judiciary. It is a very important function. Means the responsibility for the interpretation of the constitution is the important function of the Supreme Court, and the law made by the legislature lines with the Supreme Court. इट्स जजमेंट आर बाइंडिंग. इसका जजमेंट जो होगा वो सभी को मानना पड़ेगा, इसीलिए इसको हम बोलते हैं द जजमेंट ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज बाइंडिंग फॉर ऑल. ओके, सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, just you see that the very important work and function done by the Supreme Court to interpretation of the constitution, also supervise the law those are made by the parliament. It also protect the fundamental rights of the common people. For the protection of the fundamental rights, the Supreme Court also issue the various type of writs. We also discuss what is writ and how many type of writ in next video. Now see that composition means the number of judges into the Supreme Court. Composition and structure. The Supreme Court consists of the Chief Justice and 30 other judges. Means how many total number of judges into the Supreme Court? 31. If you see that, one Chief Justice and 30 other judges. Total number of judges into the Supreme Court, 31. The President appoint the Chief Justice of India on the advice of the Council of Ministers. On the advice of the Council of Ministers, the judge of the Supreme Court are also appointed by the President on the advice of both the Council of Minister and the Chief Justice of India. अगर आप देख रहे होंगे तो ध्यान से अगर देखें तो दो चीज़ें यहाँ डिफरेंट आ रहा है. कह रहा था Chief Justice of India appointed by the President and other judges of the Supreme Court is also appointed by the President. But in case of the appointment of the Chief Justice of India, the President take the advice on the Council of Minister headed by the Prime Minister, and the other judges means the 30 other judges जो होते हैं of the Supreme Court are also appointed by the President on the advice of the both means कौन, Council of Ministers and the Chief Justice of India. Both are responsible for appointment of the other judges of the Supreme Court. Okay dear, so dear students, how many judges into the Supreme Court? The maximum strength, total number of strength of the judges of the Supreme Court, 31, one Chief Justice and 30 other judges. Both are appointed by the President. In case of Chief Justice appointment, the President appointed the Chief Justice on the advice of the Council of Ministers, and other judges appointed by the President but on the advice of both means the Council of Ministers and the Chief Justice of India. Now, what is the qualification? In case of if any person appointed as a judge, then what's qualification? So first of all must be an Indian citizen, भारत का वो नागरिक हो, who has been a judge in a high court for at least 5 years. किसी भी हाई कोर्ट में कम से कम वो 5 साल के जज के रूप में एक्सपीरियंस रखता हो. नेक्स्ट, should have served as an advocate in high court for at least 10 years. अगर वो 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस ऐसे जज नहीं है तो कम से कम उसे 10 साल का हाई कोर्ट में एक वरिष्ठ वकील के रूप में, एक एडवोकेट के रूप में काम किया हो. 10 years as an advocate in high court. And also should be a dissenting jurist in the opinion of the president. या फिर प्रेसिडेंट की ज्यूरी का वो मेंबर हो. प्रेसिडेंट की ज्यूरी होती है, उसमें कुछ मेंबर्स होते हैं, वो सभी जो होते हैं विधि सलाहकार होते हैं प्रेसिडेंट को. इस कंडीशन में उसे भी एज ए जज अपॉइंट किया जा सकता है. बट नॉर्मली इन द क्वेश्चंस मेनी टाइम द क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड व्हाट इज द नॉर्मल क्वालिफिकेशन, देन योर आंसर इज 3 important points. It is also the keyword. Must be Indian citizen, must be experienced at least 5 years in any high court of India, and should have served as an advocate in any high court of India at least 10 years. Okay, it is the main important qualification of the judges of the Supreme Court. Okay, now terms of office. Terms means working period, means terms of office means how many times, how many years the judge of the Supreme Court appointed and do their job and do their work. Normally the Chief Justice and the judges of the Supreme Court serve until they complete 65 year of the age. Means जब तक कि उनकी एज कितने साल की ना हो जाए, until attend the age of 65 year. Means after 65 year they will be retired from their post of age. Even those they are appointed by the President, their service cannot be terminated by him or her. Means अपॉइंटमेंट के बाद बीच में उनकी सर्विस को टर्मिनेट प्रेसिडेंट नहीं कर सकता है जब तक कि उनके खिलाफ इम्पीचमेंट ना पास हो. मीन्स बिफोर द एक्सपायरी टर्म विदाउट इम्पीचमेंट द प्रेसिडेंट कैन नॉट बी टर्मिनेट बाई हिम और हर. A Supreme Court judge can only be removed on grounds of proven misbehavior, misuse of power and incapacity. Yes, the Supreme Court judge can only be removed on ground of proved misbehavior. Any misbehavior done by the judges of the Supreme Court, or any, if the Chief Justice of India or other judges misuse of their power and feel incapacity, that time the judges can be removed from their post before his expiry term. Even the 2/3 majority voting in both the house of the parliament, हटाने के लिए कितनी majority clear होनी चाहिए before expiry term? 2/3 majority clear by the parliament. It is required for a Supreme Court judge to be impeached क्या होता है? Many times the question is asked, what is impeachment? It is also given in class 10th. This is a very important word. Impeachment is a procedure. What is impeachment? Impeachment is a procedure through which the President of India can be removed from his post, and the Chief Justice of India also can be removed from his post before his expiry term. It is passed by the Parliament. If the Parliament pass 2/3 majority through the voting in both the House, the Parliament, then impeachment is passed and the judges of the Supreme Court removed from their post before his expiry term. Okay, but the normal term, how many years? Until the complete age of 65 years of age. In case of misbehavior, in case of incapacity, in case of any other misusing the power, that time the Parliament can pass the impeachment against the judge of the Supreme Court. If the 2/3 majority clear by the Parliament, then the Chief Justice of India or the President of India also removed from their post through the impeachment. Okay, I hope that you all are able to understand. Now next topic, power and function. Just this is a very important. What is the power and function of the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court has 3 kinds of jurisdiction: original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction and advisory jurisdiction. First of all, original jurisdiction. What is original jurisdiction? Actually, original jurisdiction refers to the right of the Supreme Court to hear a case for the first time. Means the case those are directly come without the passing of the subordinate court or the high court, directly come into the Supreme Court. This type of cases listened by the Supreme Court into their original jurisdiction. Means the case introduced in the first time, means first instance में ही जो केस सुप्रीम कोर्ट में आ जाती है, उस केस को हमारे सुप्रीम कोर्ट किस में सुनती है? ओरिजिनल जुरिडिक्शन में. ओके, इट हैज़ द एक्सक्लूसिव राइट टू हियर ऑल केसेस दैट डील विद द डिस्प्यूट बिटवीन स्टेट, one state one side, another state another side, or between state and the union government. This is also maybe many times problems are created between the state, between one side state and union government. It also has original jurisdiction over cases brought to the court by ordinary people regarding issues of importance to society at large. Dear students, if you see that example, which type of cases come into the original jurisdiction? The matter related to state and state, the matter related to state and union government, the matter related to one side one state and another side more state. This type of case are come into the original jurisdiction. And the fundamental rights related matter, fundamental right is also listened by the Supreme Court into their original jurisdiction. मतलब ओरिजिनल जुरिडिक्शन सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वो पावर है जिसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट किसी भी केस को डायरेक्टली हियर करती है. मतलब डायरेक्टली हियर का वो विदाउट हाई कोर्ट और विदाउट सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट में गए हुए सीधे कहाँ आ जाती है? सुप्रीम कोर्ट में आ जाती है. तो इसीलिए कहते हैं द ओरिजिनल जुरिडिक्शन इन दिस पावर द सुप्रीम कोर्ट लिसन देयर or hear the case for the first time or first instance. This type of power of the Supreme Court is known as the original jurisdiction. Which type of case has come? The case or the dispute related between the state and union government, dispute between one side union government and another side more state. So, and matter also related to the fundamental right is also listened by the Supreme Court into their original jurisdiction. सेकेंड अपीलिएट जुरिडिक्शन. अपीलिएट नाम से ही लग रहा है कि ये ऑलरेडी एक बार हियरिंग हो चुकी होगी, अपील किया जा रहा है, दोबारा इसको सुप्रीम कोर्ट में लाया जा रहा है. मतलब द अपीलिएट जुरिडिक्शन रेफर टू द राइट ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट टू हियर केस ऑलरेडी डिस्पोज्ड बाय हाई कोर्ट, वो केस जो ऑलरेडी हाई कोर्ट में सुनी जा चुकी है, बट द पार्टी इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड, सो द मेंबर और द पार्टी कैन अपील इन टू द हाई कोर्ट। मतलब ये सेकेंड स्टेप में सुनी जा रही है, ऑलरेडी उस पर हाई कोर्ट एक बार डिस्कशन कर चुकी है, जजमेंट दे चुकी है, लेकिन हाँ, भारत के न्यायपालिका में एक ऐसा है कि अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट से सहमत नहीं है तो हाई कोर्ट जा सकता है, हाई कोर्ट के जजमेंट से सहमत नहीं है तो अपील कर सकता है, कहाँ पे, सुप्रीम कोर्ट। एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ केसेस लिस्टेड बाय द सुप्रीम कोर्ट इनटू देयर अपीलिएट जुरिडिक्शन। ओके, द केस दो ऑलरेडी डिस्पोज्ड बाय द हाई कोर्ट। I hope that you all are able to understand. When an appeal is made to it, it is therefore also known as court of appeal. It is also known as the court of appeal. मतलब वो केस जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में दोबारा आती है, मतलब कि ऑलरेडी उसकी डिस्कशन हाई कोर्ट में हो चुकी रहती है, हाई कोर्ट उस पर डिस्पोज कर चुकी रहती है, लेकिन पार्टी या पर्सन सेटिस्फाइड नहीं रहता, वो दोबारा इसमें अपील करता है। मीन्स लाइक दैट मेनी टाइप ऑफ द केस, बट लाइक दैट एनी matter related to the wealth, matter related to the dowry and many other type of the cases, already those listened by the high court, but the party or the person not satisfied and again appeal into the supreme court. This type of case listened by the supreme court into their appellate jurisdiction. Now last point, the advisory jurisdiction. एडवाइजरी मीन्स एडवाइज लेना, किससे, प्रेसिडेंट से। द एडवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन मीन्स टू एडवाइज द प्रेसिडेंट और इंटरप्ट लॉज फॉर हिम और हर, मीन्स थ्रू द एडवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट advise to the president or interpret the laws for him or her. A bill passed by a parliament or a state legislature may be referred to the Supreme Court by the president before signing. बेटा एडवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन एक ऐसी जुरिडिक्शन होती है जिसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट एडवाइस देती है, किसको, प्रेसिडेंट को, any matters related to any important national matter or any other matter, but the Supreme Court, at the advice of the Supreme Court is not binding by the president. इस एडवाइस को प्रेसिडेंट मान भी सकता है और नहीं भी मान सकता है। मीन्स इन द एडवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन especially it is given in our article number 143 in our constitution, the president may seek Supreme Court opinion, what, Supreme Court's opinion or advice on a question of law or fact which is public importance, जो किससे रिलेटेड हो, पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस से, बट द ओपिनियन ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज नॉट बाइंडिंग ऑन द प्रेसिडेंट। लेकिन ये ओपिनियन जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट से देती है उसे प्रेसिडेंट मान भी सकता है और नहीं मान सकता, एज इट इज़ नॉट अ जुडिशियल डिसीजन, इट इज़ ऑल्सो नॉट ए जुडिशियल डिसीजन। ये कोई जुडिशियल डिसीजन नहीं है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट एडवाइस देती है इंपॉर्टेंस, पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस से रिलेटेड फैक्ट या मैटर पर। इट मस्ट बी नोटेड दैट सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज ऑल्सो नॉट बाउंड टू गिव इट्स एडवाइजरी ओपिनियन। It is also must noted that the Supreme Court is also not bounded to give its advisory opinion. मतलब सुप्रीम कोर्ट जब एडवाइस देती है प्रेसिडेंट को और प्रेसिडेंट उसको माने या ना माने, ये उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, या इन केस कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी बाउंड नहीं है कि वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट एडवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन में एडवाइस दे ही, व्हेन ए रेफरेंस इज मेड टू इट बाय द प्रेसिडेंट। मीन्स माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, एडवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन नॉर्मली आपको इस तरह समझ सकते हैं कि इन एडवाइजरी जुरिडिक्शन इट इज़ गिवन इन आवर आर्टिकल नंबर 143 इन आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। द प्रेसिडेंट में सीक सुप्रीम कोर्ट्स ओपिनियन और एडवाइस ऑन ए क्वेश्चन ऑफ लॉ और फैक्ट like that matter related to the public importance, but the opinion of the Supreme Court क्या है, is not binding on the president as it is not a judicial decision. It is not binding by the president, and because it is not a judicial decision, okay, it must be noted that Supreme Court is also not bound to give its advisory opinion. So dear, tomorrow we again discuss about that judicial review, and then after we discuss the next topic, how the Supreme Court protect the fundamental right through the various writs like that writ of habeas corpus, writ of mandanums, writ of prohibitions, many types of writ. So the next week we already discuss on that topic. So thank you, please watch the video and go through the lessons. I hope that you all are able to understand all topics. So next week we again discuss about that advisory jurisdiction and next judicial review. Thank you.